this is Katie, and this is Movies and Mischief with Matt and Katie, and we just watched Cruella. I kept saying that through my head because I knew when we were recording this I was going to say it wrong. My Yankee accent was going to screw it up in some way or another. So, if you're not aware, Disney has been going on this trip of either redoing their animated classics as a live action, or I guess this is the first one. They're kind of giving one of their popular... Well, no, they did with See, I can't say that word. What was the one with Angelina Jolie?
They did The Jungle Book, and they've done Aladdin.
Right, what was the one with Angelina Jolie with the witch from Sleeping Beauty? Mouse.
Oh, Maleficent.
Maleficent.
Yeah,
that's kind of like a backstory.
Yeah.
But it's a backstory to the villain.
It is.
And that's pretty much what you get with Cruella, is you're getting a backstory to the Cruella Devil character from the 101 Dalmatians.
Instead of just remaking the movie that you already know.
Yeah.
It's a prequel.
It stars Emma Stone as the titular character, the glorious Emma Thompson, Mark Strong, and a bunch of other familiar faces splattered throughout the flick. And essentially it takes place in the 70s, and we see Cruella kind of rises up through the ranks of 70s fashion in London, and she ends up... Well, I'm not going to say anything else. Let's just say that we learned how Cruella Devil becomes the villain of 101 Dalmatians. All right, Katie, what did you like about this one?
There were a lot of nods, a lot of specific shots that echo the cartoon. Her sidekicks are very much that 70s Disney sort of bumbling, lovable. One's a little chunky, one's tall and thin. That always seemed to be one or the other.
I didn't get that from them.
Yeah, because like in The Rescuers, the evil woman's sidekick is the little dumpy short guy, and a lot of times it's the very tall, lanky. So and then there are specific shots. There's a point where she's riding a motor scooter and you see her from behind. There's a lot of very, very reminiscent of that 1970s cartoons.
Very purposeful shots.
Yes. The costumes in this are luscious. There was a point where I just sat there thinking, I wonder if Emma Thompson agreed to do this movie for the clothes.
Yeah.
Because they are delicious.
Like if she saw any costume design before.
Yes. Emma Stone has a monologue partway through, probably closer to the end, that is bizarrely some of the best work I have ever seen her do. It's this short little thing, but I was watching her thinking, this is beautiful and layered.
Yeah, I thought visually it looked beautiful. Emma Thompson, for me, carries this entire flick. I'm going to be completely honest. Going into this, I really didn't want to watch this. I had no interest in watching this. The only thing that piqued my interest was Emma Thompson. And I'm just going to say it right here and right now. The woman is still a delight to watch on screen.
Absolutely.
And I will see her play a villain in any movie from here out.
Absolutely.
And I honestly feel she carried the film.
And I don't.
What I liked about the sidekicks was, to me, they were the only ones of the side characters that weren't a cartoon. I thought all of the other side characters, all of the main the main antagonist people,
the guards,
the police,
yes.
Everybody, they were the only two side characters to me that weren't I didn't get the bumbling sidekick thing that you were.
And I don't mean that they were bumbling, because they were very slick at what they did.
I thought they were the most grounded side characters in this whole thing.
And Anita, that you barely see, her childhood friend, are the only ones that... Yeah, no, I get that, but I can forgive that in a movie like this because it's going to have to be over the top. It's certainly no more over the top than Home Alone. It's not anywhere near that ridiculous.
Yeah.
And people love Home Alone and don't think it's, don't ding it for being cartoonish.
Well, I thought the acting was fine all the way across. I didn't feel... well, let me talk about... Okay, so I liked... Visually, I thought it was great. I agree with you. The costumes were wonderful. I thought the acting was great across the board. Going into what I didn't like about it, Emma Thompson's accent kept slipping. I especially in the beginning, there were a couple times where I felt like it was...
Emma Thompson is British.
I mean, not Emma Thompson. Emma Stone. Sorry. Emma Stone. I apologize. Emma Thompson, if you're watching, I apologize.
I don't think
Emma Stone's accent, I felt it was slipping here and there. There were times when it was just single words, and it was always I know this sounds really picky, but it was always towards like the end of a sentence. It felt like her accent disappeared.
I didn't get that at all. I had the exact opposite reaction. There's a point when there was one specific word when she's sitting at the fountain. She keeps going back to Regency Park to the fountain. Yeah. She's sitting at the fountain talking to her mother. Oh, I wish I could. And it was one specific word that I just went, oh, that was really good. Because a lot of people, a lot of American actors would have messed that word up.
I kept hearing it slip. I did
throughout the entire movie. And she's using two different accents as well on purpose.
Yeah.
Cruella has a different accent than the character at the beginning has on purpose. I didn't pick that, and I'm a language
I heard it. I heard it here and there. And I didn't find the story all that interesting. I think they did a good job. It was really, to me, and I'm completely stealing this from what I've heard from other people talking about this movie. It was like a kind of a hyped up version of Devil Wears Prada, really.
Yeah,
the story wasn't very
those
original.
Comparisons, absolutely,
yeah, it is.
Because of being stuck in the fashion industry, and you've got that. Yeah,
it is. And I just didn't find anything unique or interesting about the story. Mm-hmm. Now, that's not to say I liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun.
I don't see myself watching it again because life is short and life is long, but it was fun. I didn't regret paying for it.
Yeah, no, not at all.
The only real things that
what didn't you like about it?
There's some too much CGI in places.
Yes.
And there's a lot of CGI there's a lot of dogs in this, and they're very cute dogs.
Thank you.
The Dalmatians are almost entirely CGI, and it's very obvious CGI. There are several places in the beginning
Seriously?
where he starts out as a little puppy. Buddy is pretty much CGI the entire time he's a puppy. There's a couple shots when he's older. That
really, now that you mention it, that really annoyed me.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Disney.
Yeah.
And you can't either, A, get better CGI, or B, come on, wasn't Disney the ones that did Old Yeller and all of those Lassie movies?
But didn't they also just redo that debacle with Harrison Ford? Didn't they also just do White Fang or
Well, that's true.
That's where the commercials
that annoyed me.
So terrible.
Yeah.
I'll never watch
the CGI dogs annoyed me. I'll tell you what else bugged me too. All of the needle drops throughout this movie. And when I say needle drops, I mean the music. It was good music.
It's very good music.
God, there was a lot of it.
There was a lot of it, and there was a lot of times that I sat here going, this song doesn't
nothing
fit.
to do with what was happening.
Fit. No.
And I'm pretty sure there were a couple covers of original songs in there.
There absolutely were.
That weren't even like covers that would be in the 70s.
It was very jarring because there's one in particular that was a Beatles song or Wings, I don't know which, that was clearly, and for the most part, I feel like, there's Nina Simone in there, the original artists are there, Stones, and the one song just really stuck out to me because it was clearly not the original artist.
The Helter Skelter? I think it was Helter Skelter. Yeah. It sounded like Tina Turner. I don't think it was Tina Turner, but it sounded like it might have been Tina Turner.
Yeah, it was.
And
very
now that I
odd.
think about it, I would really like to hear Tina Turner do Helter
Yeah,
Skelter.
I mean, by itself, if you were just putting together a playlist,
this was a great playlist.
It was great. It just, there were times that it feels like there was another movie we watched recently. Oh, where they were forcing the song when the Last Christmas.
Yeah.
Where they were using George Michael songs throughout, and it's kind of like that song has maybe the right tone, the right beat that you're looking for, but it's not right just because it has the sound or the peppiness you're trying to. The music was very dry, and there really was a lot. It feels like you're going to get a 3 CD set if you get the soundtrack to this. It was. I feel like
I feel like you can use those needle drop moments in a movie, but sometimes if you overdo it, I feel like it's because you're not confident in your story enough to move along without the music to tell the audience this is what's happening.
Yes, because there's a lot of action moments. There's a lot of heisty kind of thing. There's a lot going on, but I never felt tension from it.
Yeah, there's no tension in
and
this
I think that's probably why there's such a music dump in it. That they were trying to have the music get you where the movie did.
There is no tension whatsoever in this movie, and if you follow the main story, there should be a ton of tension throughout this film.
There's some death and murder.
Yeah,
and
but there's no tension. I think the most tension I felt was in those first 10-15 minutes where we're getting an introduction.
Yeah.
But then once the introduction to the story is done, all the tension is wiped away.
Yeah.
So would you recommend this to friends, family?
I would when it is streaming.
Yes.
I would not pay the $30 for it now.
We watched it on Disney Plus with the Premiere Access.
So that you can watch the same time it's released in the theater.
If things were different right now, I would take the nieces to this.
Oh yeah, kids
I
will
would
like
take
it.
my nieces to this.
And it's not anything super scary. I mean, I wouldn't take littles to it.
Preteen, teen
but,
kids.
Yeah.
It's a PG. I think it's PG-13.
8, 9, 13. Yeah, perfectly fine. I mean, there is some peril and there is some bad people, but nothing overtly.
Yeah,
nightmare-inducing kind of.
I won't watch this again. I mean, unless it's streaming and I have my nieces over here and they say, Uncle Matt, we want to watch something fun. I'll say, all right, here, watch Cruella.
For sure.
If anything, so I can watch Emma Thompson's performance again because she was fabulous.
And that's very funny to me because I adore her and I do agree that she was great, but there were times I'm like, yeah, this moment is very Devil Wears Prada to me. This moment right here is very just kind of not phoning it in because I don't think she ever does that, but pretty close to just, and not, I don't even want to say camp. It wasn't campy. It just was really over the top, which is probably what they wanted her to do.
Yeah, I think she did exactly what she was supposed to do for that character. I never really felt any humanity from her. No. Which I did with Emma Stone. I felt interesting
conflict with her that I didn't. Yeah.
I think
she internally was going back and forth a lot, and I think that was.
This is not the best thing I've seen Emma Stone do.
No. Other than that one moment that I talked about, and that was just because of the different that you just saw all the conflict that was happening. Everything was in her face, and you understood what she was going through. But not
okay. No. So overall,
recommend it. Just don't,
Yeah, it was okay.
Don't pay full ticket price at the theater to see it.
I mean, unless you got kids that are interested in seeing it, then I wouldn't be opposed to telling you to do that. I don't think it's a full waste of money. I don't think it's a total waste of money.
No, I enjoyed it.
I think it's
just not enough to watch it twice.
It's a good, not enough to watch it twice. It's a good one-time watch. If you have a family movie night and your kids are old enough, I'm okay with it. Personally, I'll probably never watch it again.
We give you permission. to watch this movie in your own home with your own family.
Yeah.
Because that is the kind of power we have.
I think it was fun. And if anything, it's fun to watch because it looks like Katie said.
It is.
It's gorgeous. The cinematography, the costume design, the makeup design.
And the costumes run the gamut from the very traditional, formal to just that almost punk scene coming up. Great. There were moments like there's a couple different outfits where it's almost like newsprint.
Yeah,
and that
was
happens
really
like
cool.
3 different times, and it was gorgeous.
That was
every
really cool.
time.
That was really cool. And there's a David Bowie-esque character that pops up that I absolutely love.
A lot of fun.
He was over the top and campy, but
was supposed to be.
It was supposed to be, and he was tons of fun to watch.
Yeah.
So that's our thoughts on Cruella. If you have some time, watch it. If not, you're not missing anything. As always, please subscribe, click the bell, share the video, comment, let us know. And we'll leave you tonight with our own thoughts. And Katie, what is it you wanted to tell everybody?
If there is something you love, if that's a movie, a book, a look, a person, love them with all of yourself and do it without shame over and over and over and over.
Be you.
No matter what anybody else says.
Don't worry about it. All right, guys, that's it. I hope everybody has a nice long weekend. We're actually posting this one early because of the long weekend. So, yeah.
So we'll have normal content Sunday and Wednesday.
But this one, I'm going to post it. This will be going up Friday night. I'm going to try and get it up tonight. And the
video. You keep saying that.
So anyways, we're going to drop it on that. You guys have a nice long weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.